What's up, guys? It's Brian with Brian's Auto and Diesel Repair. Today we will be working on a Ford F450 rear brakes. We'll be replacing a rotor and a caliper on the right rear side, and we will be doing the brakes on the driver's side. It is a dually, so that's a fun one to do. Join us today. We'll show you how to do it, and in general, this is how brakes are done. So you'll learn how to do the brakes in general. Everybody have a good day. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please like it. Please subscribe. Bye-bye now.
When I wake up in the morning, it feels so good to be alive. When I think of all the things He's done for me, I know that things are gonna work out in time. Cause even though I've been hurt and I've been knocked down and everything hasn't gone my way, but it's alright cause I'm still breathing, I'm still believing that it's gonna be okay. See, I don't look like what I've been through. See, I just gotta do what I gotta do. And even through the struggles and the hard times, I gotta continue living my life.
Alright guys, our first objective here today is we're gonna pull this bad truck. We're gonna back it into the shop and then we're gonna lift the truck up in the back end, and we're gonna take these wheels off, and we're gonna replace the caliper and the rotor on this passenger side over here, right here, and we're gonna do the brakes on the other side. The caliper and the brakes are on fine on the other side, but we'll get to it. We'll pull this truck in, back it in, and I'll show you what we do when we lift it up. All right guys, I got a sledgehammer, I got a 15 millimeter socket, and I got another gun just so it's quicker and I don't have to switch sockets, and why not. So we're just pulling the axle on this side because we're doing this rotor and brakes, and little boy won't come. We're going to use big boy. This is a snap-on if anybody wants to know. So you can take all your axle bolts off. You want to whack it like that, and then you got a little bit of grease coming out. We're gonna pull this axle. I'm gonna pull the axle. Got the axle out. Once you get the axle out, we're going to take this out, get our socket, axle socket, and we're going to take this off. If you do not have an axle socket, you could get a punch and you can punch it off. You know, just don't nick anything up inside here or anything, but you can use a punch, and you can do it that way as well. But I believe I have a socket for this, so I'm going to go round that up if I have it. I think I do. This may be it right here, I think. Yep, I have the socket. So this is a socket you need if you want to do it with a socket. But you don't have to. If you don't have those tools, where there's a will, there's a way. But I would say if you do use a hammer and chisel, you're going to have to make sure that you tighten it up correctly, because what you want to do is you want to go with a ratchet. You want to go full. When you go to tighten everything up, you want to spin it and tighten it as you go, and then you want to go tighten it all the way, and then you want to go a little quarter turn back, and that's it. But with a punch, it's going to be a little bit harder to determine that, so you gotta be real careful when you do that. So we're going to pull this out. And we're going to get the caliper bracket off first before we try and pull the rotor off. But we're going to go ahead and pull the nut here. Our bearings are inside of here too. past that. Okay, it's probably already out a while back. Okay, got it out. That's our socket, our nut. Let's get this old silicone out of here. We may go back when we go back and put a little bit more silicone, because this is our O-ring right here, and they tend to leak over time. So be very careful when you're putting it back. To maybe use a little thin coat of silicone. We'll clean that off real good and then put a little thin layer of silicone on it when we go back. So we're going to pull this bracket off first. On this bracket, you are going to need, it looks like probably, well, we'll find that out right now. Looks like it's a 1 inch. It could be 7/8. 1 inch. We'll try 22 and 24 maybe. Now I have had, I think it's Dodges, they're 30 millimeter, but these Fords are a little smaller. And so it's been a while since I did one. Okay, the 1 inch is too big. 24. You want to use a 24 millimeter. Will fits it pretty snug. And I just knocked the crap out of it with a hammer. Loosen that one. And we'll loosen this one. And you could use a gun on this, really, if you wanted to, which I may do. No, the spring's in the way. I can get the bottom one with a gun, but the spring's in the way up top here, so I don't know why he left these in here. They don't have to leave this stuff in here. So we're gonna pull these off. We're gonna get this bracket off. Once we get this bracket off, we can pull the rotor off, and we can replace. We'll put the new rotor on. The new rotor will connect to this hub right here. So there's some bolts inside here that we have to undo so we can bolt it back down to this hub. Which you'll see, they're probably going to be inverted Torx or exverted. I don't know if it's Torx, most likely. Oh, he wants to be stubborn. So, it's being stubborn. It's okay, they always are. You just put a couple of threads in right here. We gotta get this loose. Check that out, y'all. Look at this rotor. Woo! Yeah, they drove on this for quite some time. So anyways, we're going to pull the rotor off. I'm going to let you know what size Torx you need. Inverted or exverted Torx, or however. It's a Torx star fitting. So we'll go into my set right here. I believe it's this one. Right here. It's Torx E18, I believe. E18. And let's find out just to make sure. Yes, sir. Okay, E18 Torx. You're going to need to pull this rotor off. We're going to go ahead and pull all those bolts and then put a new rotor on. So we'll do that. I'll come back to it once I get them all out. I believe it's 10 of them. So pull those out and then you'll be ready to put your new rotor on. All right, see, we got our new rotor on our hub here. And we got all our bolts started by hand. I'm fixing to tighten them down with a gun. If you sat here and watched me do it, it would take forever. So we'll just come back to after I've tightened those down, and I'll show you how to put this rotor back on, and then put everything else back on. All right, guys, we got our right caliper, the right one to put on the truck. So we're gonna throw this big bad baby on there and give on with our working video. All right, guys, we're going to put disc brake quiet on these brakes, and so you just you can get any kind. I got spray and I got this kind. You just put a little bit on the back of each pad, And this will help keep the brakes quiet from squeaking. The high-pitched squeal you hear sometimes. This will help that prevent that from happening, or it'll at least help. I also have spray. You can buy it in spray too. But my spray's almost out. So we used a little bit of both. But yeah, you would just want to put a little bit of this on the back of the brakes, just like that. And then we'll install the brake pads. Alright guys, I hope y'all can see this, man. Well, we're about to install the rotor and everything on this truck, so I hope it helps and you can see it. But I got everything mounted to my chest, so I don't know how you're going to see it. Anyways, here we go. I'm going to put this on. It's kind of heavy. Got to be careful. And you lift it up and try and go in as straight as possible. Not hurting your fingers if possible. Brakes. Got it? Hope you got that. So anyways, then you want to put your bearing in here like so. Actually, let's pop it back out for a second. You want to put your little grease in here too. So we'll get some grease and put it in there. Always do it the right way. Okay, we got us some 80-90 here. You want to put your little synthetic gear oil back in there. You're gonna lose it, not all of it, but you'll lose a little. You want to fill that sucker up and then let it start coming out. You want your little grease in there. Then we want to start our nut. You want to start your nut next. And this is where I said it's easier if you have the nut, if you have the socket and whatnot. Okay. I need my ratchet. I need me ratchet. I need me ratchet. So you want to barrel down like I just did. Barrel down, and then what you want to do is just like that, just a quarter turn. And then what you want to do is you want to spin it. After you do that, when you spin it, then you want to go back and do it again. Okay. And then you want to do just a hair turn. Just like that. And that should do it. And we'll do it a third time just to make sure. Like that, and we're good to go. So now that that's in, we're going to put our axle back in, and like I told you earlier, we're going to put a thin coat of silicone right around the bottom edge here. Actually, what we'll do is we'll put it right here on this. We're going to clean this off real good, and we are going to put the silicone thin right here. Just a thin coat. It don't have to be thick, super thin. The thinner the better. So that's what we're going to do next. I will get back to y'all when we get all that mounted up. GoPro, stop recording. Alright guys, we're going to put our bracket on next. So come around here. There's our bracket right there, and I'm going to face y'all in. We're going to first put Loctite on our bolts. This is for there it goes. A little bit of Loctite on them. Loctite. Oh man, that sucks. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, we're going to install these pads. Your first one here. Right there, like that. Just like that. Bam. Then we're going to install our caliper here. If we can keep the pads on. Okay, I got it in there. We got it lined up. Then we put our bolts in. I already have a ratchet set up. Okay, so we got our caliper installed, and our brake pads are installed. Our new rotor is installed on this side. The other side is going to be a lot easier. It's just the pads we're doing. We'll use a C-clamp on that side, so you can learn how to use that. And there we go. I don't know if I loosened this side yet or not. Thought I did, but anyways, yeah. So we'll go on to the next side. This side is done. Alright guys, we're on this driver's side here we're going to do. And looks like that's been rubbing against the tire. So we're going to do this driver's side over here. We're only doing the brake pads on this side. So on this job, sometimes you run into this bracket right here and sometimes you don't. But you'll have like this bracket here behind here. And it's like 13mm nuts holding it on. So don't mind the brake fluid over here. We bled the system before I decided to do the side, so we can go ahead and knock it out of the way. So that's why it's wet over here. We bled this side. Maybe I'll teach y'all how to bleed the brakes on another video. Just didn't feel like doing it on this video. So you'll get this little bracket out right here that they put on these for some reason or another. This little bracket right here. We'll take that off, set it up here with the two nuts there. Right there. Go ahead and pull these. We'll do that with the screwdriver. So we'll get a flathead screwdriver. Find one. Good enough. Get you a flathead. We will need the C-clamp on this side. We're going to collapse this side down. I'm going to see if I can't collapse it down a little bit before we start. Just a little. So it's easier. So it's easier to pull off, you know? So once you get that kind of done with the screwdriver, then you'll get your wrench. I believe it's going to be a 16 or 17. It's going to be a 16, y'all. You'll undo your caliper here. 16mm head bolts. Make it a lot easier here if we do it like this. Makes it so much easier using a electric ratchet. Got them both out. There we go. That should come out. This one was on the verge of trying to make some noise. It was trying to make some noise, Bubba. It was going to very soon. So we'll take these old clips out here. Yeah, they were pretty close, y'all, I have to say. What do y'all think? Looks pretty close to me. Get all this crap out of here. Personally, could have been a lot worse. But we'll get our new hardware here and our new brake pads. And well, our caliper came with a new set, so 2 of these we won't need. And that. Then we got one of those and one of these. And this is basically how it's done. Okay. So, trying to remember how this goes here before we start. So this, yeah, that one will go up like that. We're going to collapse these. This is why I told you need a C-clamp. You'll get an old brake pad here. Let's get the thinner one, and we'll put it like that. Get our C-clamp here. Let's see if I can get a good position for y'all. Collapse this. I don't know why I can't remember which one, that metal thing, so we may have to do it twice, but it's not a big deal. And you just collapse it down, man. Slowly but surely. And we'll go to the other side here. Make it easier. All right, it's collapsed. You want to make sure your slides move in and out smooth, because if they don't, then you're gonna have problems. And this one will probably need to be replaced sooner or later because it's not moving in and out very smooth. So I'm gonna push it in like that, and hopefully, well, I don't like that, but what can you do, huh? You're gonna do what you do. We'll be replacing this caliper soon, sooner or later. I think this one goes on the bottom here, if I'm not mistaken, like that. And this one will go up like this, like that. If I'm not mistaken. And we'll go these right here. Got them in. Ooh-wee. Man, they barely fit on there, but oh well. Okay, so now we're gonna put our caliper on. Like so. I think this goes like that. Nope. So you see, I got it wrong. Goes like this, then like this, like that. Goes like this. I love getting this stuff on my hand, y'all. It's so much fun. Okay, now, yeah, right now. Just like that. Then you get your bolts. Put your bolts in. Okay. Got that on. Then we're going to put our safety bracket back on, y'all, like this. Goes like this. Easy peasy, y'all. All right, those are tight, y'all. Now, our last thing is these clips here, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So you're going to bring it around, put it up in there like that. And then there's little holes in the brake pads, which, you know what? I say that. Look, I did it like this last time. Let's see here. Oops. You got to get one in there first. Shit. Hold on. Get it in there like that. Then you put this in there like that. Like that. Huh? See that? I don't like that one, y'all. I really don't. I don't like it, and I don't like it. The other one fit on there so much better, but this one's from like AutoZone. Let's see if the old ones fit better, huh? You want to do that? Let's see. I don't like these. I don't like it at all. Let's do the old one. Oh yeah, old one fits in there so much better. So much better. So much better. Okay, well, I put my old ones back in. You could use the new ones. Sometimes they're rinky-dinky and they don't feel good. So there's our brake job. So what you want to do after this usually is you want to put your wheels back on, of course. So we're going to put our wheels back on. After we put our wheels back on, You want to get inside the truck and you want to pump the brakes until the brakes are tight. As soon as the brakes are tight, then start the truck up and pump them again. And then I'll meet you once we get that done. I'll meet you and I'll show you how to break in these pads. Okay? One habit I try and have every day is wake up and thank Jesus for giving me another day to make things right and to help me through the day be able to show his love. I don't know if that will help y'all, help somebody maybe, but it seems to be working for me here lately. Simple prayer. I hope this video helped y'all and helps you do brakes. If you have any questions, never hesitate to ask me. I'll try and get back with you as soon as I see your message. Or any questions that y'all have. I don't mind answering questions. I always like walking them on. It's the less energy you have to put into it, right? Right? That's the way I look at it. That's the one. Got one side tight. Next side. This one has light on it, a little bit easier to see. Make sure we're tight. All right, guys, everything's tight. Let's get this light. Woo. Got the light. We're gonna undo our jacks. Remember, we're gonna pump the brakes with the truck off. Then we're gonna pump the brakes with the truck on. Then we're gonna go somewhere. We got our jack stands out. Get back here. Coming down. Make sure the truck's clear of any debris or anything that fell down during the job. Our cap is back on our brake fluid reservoir. Their hood shocks don't work, so I had to put something to hold the hood up. All right, guys, we're gonna go inside the truck here, and we are going to pump the brakes up. Go all the way down. Let it build back up. Now we're going to start the truck up. Got it started. We're pumping it. Pump the brakes. Now we're going to test drive it. So, I'm going to teach y'all how to break in brakes. Oh, man. Make sure I don't hit the side toolboxes. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. All right, so when breaking in brakes, you want to drive it. And he needs some cab mounts. The cab is hitting up against the frame right now. It's making a heck of a noise. We do those too. I'll teach y'all how to do those. So the first speed we're going to take it to 30 miles an hour, and then we're going to slowly apply the brakes and come to a complete stop. So we got up there, going to get up to 30. Now we're going to slowly come to a stop. Come to a stop. Now we're going to go 30 again. Alright, we're at 30. Come to a complete stop. Now, the next one you want to do is a 40 mile an hour one. You want to do it twice, and then after you've done that, you've broken them in. Last time. 40. There you go. Your brakes are now broken in. Well, guys, that's the video. That's the brake job that we're doing, as well as a rotor. That happened to be a 2012 Ford F450 cab and chassis. And the cab and chassis has different brackets and different calipers because they're more heavy duty. So that's what that happened to be, but you can pretty much apply that to any kind of disc brake system. But that's that particular truck. If you're wanting to look up that particular truck, that's what that is. So in any case, I hope it was educational for you. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Everybody have a wonderful day. I just hope this helped you. And Jesus is king above anything else.